patience, and I hope you guys enjoyed your lunch here. I believe all of you are aware of what you're here for. It's primarily for the workshop that Donna Moritz is going to be conducting as far as the visual storytelling techniques are concerned. You heard Donna do the keynote downstairs in the main hall, and Zoe Kearns is right now also conducting a workshop which deals with influencer marketing strategies, but right now we're talking about snappy visual storytelling techniques. Yes, and Donna has always been featured in the top social media space, is one of the top digital influencers. She's flown down specially from Australia to conduct this workshop here. Of course, she was in Kerala and she's totally enthralled by what she saw there. I guess some of that will get rubbed off with what you see here in the afternoon. So over to you, Donna, and with a loud round of applause, I request you all to please show that passion that all our international speakers are talking about that exists in India. Here you go, Donna. Sorry about a little bit of the technical snag, but yeah.
I think we just had the PowerPoint went astray, but it's all good. These guys were very quick at getting it up. So thank you for coming along, guys. I know you had two very difficult choices. Zoe and I were saying that we actually would have liked to have swapped and done each other's workshops, but if we did that, it would have been rather strange. So I very much appreciate you being here, and I'm looking forward to giving you some great tools that will help you and your customers and your staff and your team create visual content more easily and quickly. So, are you ready to create some awesome visual content? Yes! Okay. These are my favorite tools, and I had so many to show you that I couldn't fit them all in, but I did the best I could. All right, so we talked about this morning about how marketing is really just great storytelling, and I want to, I can see it there, that's good. And it's also about focusing less on the features and more on the benefits. You've seen Steve Jobs talk about how he can fit a MacBook Air into an envelope. Nothing's really changed. People want to know how it helps them. So think about that with your storytelling. I missed one. And also focusing less on products and more on experiences. What sort of experiences are people having with your brand? So I didn't go over this morning. It's been in my bio, but I just wanted to say that I'm in my happy place when I'm talking about digital content and visual storytelling. And I've been very fortunate to have a blog that's done really well, not quite as well as Jeff's, his is amazing, but it's an award-winning blog, and I've been fortunate to speak at some pretty cool conferences around the world and to work with some great brands and to contribute to sites like Social Media Examiner and Entrepreneur. And I can safely say that the two conferences I've been to in India so far have been world-class. You guys have done a really great job and fixed tech glitches very quickly. So I've put together a hit list. It's not a bad hit list. No one's going to get put in the back of a car. But it's all the links that I talk about. There's going to be a lot of tools today. I want to work through quickly so I can give you a fair amount of them so you can go away and experiment. But you can go back then onto this link and click on the links within that URL and go and check them out in your own time. And also, don't forget to use the hashtag for the event. And I've made the slides all pretty so you can take photos of them. So throughout the session, now just go back to that. Make sure you get that link now. If anyone's got a laptop or a computer, you can go on there, and if you scroll down to this workshop session, there's a place where you can download a PDF, and it's an action PDF. We didn't end up getting it printed, but you can use it later to, you can type on it. It's one of those clickable ones. You can use it later to think about some of the questions I'm going to pose as we go along. So just use your notepad for now. If you've got a computer open, then definitely download that PDF and start typing on it. But whenever I show you one of these, it's just a little, we're going to stop and just have a think about a certain topic or idea, and you can jot that down on your notepads. So we talked this morning about the shift, how to create content, and then looking at amplifying visual content as well. So I'm going to flip it around today and start with amplifying visual content. So I think that's one of the most important things you can do in India, and I see it happening in some industries and in some, especially in tourism, but I want to encourage you guys to really start doing more of that. So the guy I mentioned before, Apu Gupta, said that today's smartest brands view their customers as co-creators. So I want you to think in that way, that your customers and even your clients are co-creators as far as the visual content you create. And again, thinking about the four elements of shareable content: a hashtag, Wi-Fi, mobile and in the moment, and putting some heart or passion or memories or, you know, anything that moves people to take action. So you recognise some of these hashtags and marketing campaigns that have done really well. The Ice Bucket Challenge, Share a Coke, put a can on it was one from Red Bull, where people just took photos with a can of Red Bull in creative ways. And they're all conversations around a particular campaign, and you're all in marketing, so you know, obviously that's something that you resonate with. We talked about Airbnb as far as a hashtag campaign. And if you look to tourism, and I talked about Tourism Australia, that is a really good industry to look at as far as how they work with conversations around hashtags and encouraging user-generated content. So what I want you to do is, just as we go along now talking about user-generated content, is think about, and if you go to the sheet that I've put together for you, I've listed 3 types of hashtags or 3 types of conversations or I guess hashtags that you can get people to post around. You have your really popular hashtags. They would be things like Incredible India. And then you have your, I guess, niche or niche hashtags, which are things like, say, would be a region. It might be Go Kerala. I've just been there, so this is what I'm thinking of at the time. And then you have your unique hashtags, which is about your brand or a campaign you're running. So it might be Great Backwaters, which is what Kerala did with the virtual reality. So it's the unique ones that really allow you to get lots of great content and user-generated content with your brand, but don't discount the top 2. So I want you to think about this as we have this session. Are you using... If people want to have a conversation about your brand or your business or your agency, what hashtag do they use on Twitter or Instagram? Facebook is not really a hashtag platform unless it's about an event like this. So you don't want to be hashtagging the heck out of Facebook because it looks a bit odd. But yeah, just have a think about what you're using and what you could be using. If you have any bright ideas, write them down and use that form later to do it. So user-generated content rocks, but make sure you have permission. So I talked earlier about all these ways that brands are using user-generated content, and Airbnb are going to Instagram accounts and asking for permission. You can do it manually. But I want to show you, the first tool I want to show you is called TAC. I'm probably guessing nobody's ever heard of TAC. If you go to an enterprise tool like Curelate, that costs a lot of money, so the big brands would use something like that. They do have inbuilt functionality to ask for permission to share a hashtag. But in reality, like even in Australia, there's been a few issues with Instagrammers getting a bit cranky about how their content is used. So, you know, they were expecting it to be used on Instagram and maybe it was used on a TV somewhere. So you need to probably cover yourselves from a legal standpoint. Most people are fine with it, but you want to be sure that you're okay. So this tool will help you to do that. So this is like the inside the tool, and I've got the link on my hit list for you, so you can go and get it later. And basically, so here I've searched on Incredible India. You can search on hashtags. I had my head in Kerala, so excuse all the travel photos. This one's on Go Kerala, so again, it brings up all the user-generated content. And I could do this on Instagram, but by doing it in the tool, it contains it all in one platform. I can search on a geolocation, like Apele, I can't just remember how to say it, but we went on the houseboats there. And what you do is once you find a piece of content that you want to share on your platform, you go in and you click on it, and you can either like it or comment, just like you would on Instagram, but you can also click through, and when you comment, you can add a request. You can say, hey, we really love this photo of the houseboat. We're doing a campaign all about the backwaters. Can we feature this? And then you say how, like on our Instagram account, on our website. And then there's an automatic terms and conditions that comes up that you pre-set, and you have a hashtag that gives permission. So for me, with my business, it's hashtag yes socially sorted, if I want to share something. So you'd have yes Kerala tourism or whatever it is, yes Hyundai or whatever the brand is, yes paperboat drinks. And when they do that, you get to keep permission inside the platform. So even if they delete their account, you still have a record of it. And you can also then, once you have permission, the actual tool will allow you to download the image or the video, which is very hard to do on Instagram. You can't just download people's videos. So you get permission, you can access it. So say, for example, we were in this hotel and we searched for Taj Santa Cruz, then all of the content around this hotel comes up, and the hotel social media team could go in and choose some content and request to share it. It's a really good way of quickly getting user-generated content and making it easy for you. So that's my local home beach on the Sunshine Coast. Quick plug if you ever want to come there. This is a campaign that we did where we were sharing visual content. It was a challenge. So we said, every day they got a prompt, and we said, create a piece of content around white space. So these are just some of the images that people created, and then we would go in and ask to share 2 or 3 of them each day. And people love having their content shared. If you ask them, they're going to say yes. I've never had anyone say, oh no, I don't want to have my content shared. But by asking, at least you're covering yourself. This tool also has, so this is a website that uses the tool. It has a really cool widget function too, so you can bring in the user-generated content very easily onto your website. This is another example, a website called One World Observatory in New York, and they do a similar thing. They've got the user-generated content just flowing on their website, and you can do it in different grid formats. So that's found on tac.com. The tool is actually called TAC. So you can keep records of requests and approvals. Media Center gives you copies of permission, so if the account is deleted or the photo's deleted, you still have a record. You can download videos from Instagram, which is really great because you can't do it any other way. And you can like and comment from within the app. So if it's something that you're interested in doing as a brand and getting more serious about user-generated content, a tool like this can be really helpful. Is that useful to you guys? Yeah? It's something that's really starting to get popular in India, and if you have a way of doing it easily. Now, you do have to pay for this tool, but if you do approach them, just tell them that Donna sent you, okay? Because I'm friends with Tyler. If I do manage to get any deals from him, I'll send out an email via organisers, but yeah, definitely check that out. I think we have email addresses for everyone at this workshop, wouldn't we? Yeah. So if I have anything to follow up with, I can send it through. All right. So next one I want to jump to for user-generated content is Instagram stories, but a new function. Who's using Instagram in here? Okay, good. Phew. Location and hashtag stories came out about a week and a half ago. Just before I was finished my presentations, I had to revamp it all. This is huge for brands, especially in tourism, but huge for brands as well. So Instagram says they have location and hashtag stories. The idea is that they help you share experiences as they unfold. So we're taking Instagram stories a whole step further. So I just want to show you, can I do this? Can you do that? Thank you. There's about 6 of them. So this is Instagram introducing, go back one. Yeah. Back another one. Are we going back? So I'll go back. Go forward. This is Instagram introducing hashtag geotag stories.
Should I play from the phone?
Yeah, just play. It should play from there. Oh.
I just played from.
It's not playing?
Yeah.
We had some problems with the video. No, it's not that one.
Which one?
It's the one on the top right. Okay, we'll just have to do them that way, yeah? Sorry, we might have to do them manually, the videos. Okay, so basically you'll see the little hashtag location symbol on one of the Instagram stories at the top. And what they do is if you tag a story with the location sticker, Instagram's putting together a whole collation of stories from that location. Or you can search, like in this case, search under New York, and you can find all the conversations happening in your area. So if your business is related to a particular location, this is huge because you can see what conversations are happening. Thank you. So I highly recommend that you check that out. They've also introduced, thank you, there'll be more coming. So here we are, there's a photo I took at the tea plantations, which I'm obsessed with. And then on the right-hand side, you can see, sorry this is cut off at the top, but there's the little smiley face sticker icon. You click on that, and then these stickers will come up, and you just choose the location sticker. And then the location sticker, you can type in location, it will bring up all the different locations. You tag Taj Santa Cruz, and then Instagram will often do a little story at the end of the day around that location. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's pretty cool, hey? So it's really good for finding conversations that are happening around your brand that are location-based, and also then going in and engaging with people about your brand or your event, especially with an event like this. It's very, very powerful. So here's an example of what happened last week. We were in the Le Méridien in Kochi for an event I was speaking at, and a lot of us posted content around Instagram stories. At the end of the day, Instagram just suddenly made this story appear from the Le Méridien, And I had a story that was happening, and you can see you probably can't see it very clearly, but it was like between 50 and 100 views of each element of the story. As soon as they put that main collated story up, my story views like doubled or tripled. And so it's really bringing more attention in. So if you use Instagram, add location geotags. Right. This is tailored to guitars in the United States. They don't have stores. They work with dealers. So different dealers sell their guitars. So they watch the hashtag stories, the geotag stories, and they can then reach out to people based on where they're located and recommend that they go to a particular dealer or a particular store. So you can really start to have very specific conversations with people about your brand. The other thing that is coming is hashtag stories. So where you could get the sticker for the geotag, you can also choose a sticker that's a hashtag, and then you can add in all the information on that hashtag. And what Instagram are doing, and they're rolling this out, is they'll do a similar thing with hashtags. They will collate them into a story based around a brand. And so this, again, is huge. You can encourage people to use hashtags in their stories. You can use hashtags in your stories, and it's a very, very powerful way of content being collated into one place. So as we said before, Eric said, finding the right stories is important and asking the right questions. And this kind of tool allows you to do that. So if you're on Instagram, I highly recommend that you start playing around with that tool. So this brings us to, so there's a couple of tools that you can use for user-generated content. I want to look at tools for creating content and just ask you to think about, this is another one on the worksheet I've given you, even just jot down on the paper, on your pad, who on your team creates visual content? It could be that you have a graphic designer and you have a design team or a content creation team, or it might be that you're just one or two people. Who is creating content for you? And also then think about, I want you to write down who could potentially create content for you. And then come back to that at the end of this session, after you've seen some of the tools I show you, and think about whether there's anyone on your team that is a great option for creating short video, or animated GIFs, or even just visual content like images and things like that, or photographs. Maybe there's a great person on your team that could do that. I mean, you've heard about, it's really about mobilizing quickly. Who's heard about the Oreo tweet? Everybody probably. That they created this piece of content when the lights went out at the Super Bowl, they created this image that said, power out, no problem, very quickly as a design team. They just happened to be together and they had the approval to do it. And there's another example of Tourism Queensland in Australia. It started to snow pretty much in summertime. It would be like it's snowing in Mumbai right now, which was nuts. And so they just all dropped everything and went out and started creating content, and they got a lot of earned media out of that. But it doesn't have to be on a big scale like this. Anyone can create content quickly. So I want you to think about who on your team can create content if they have some tools. There might be someone that is really keen on video that is not currently helping you create content. Or it might be that your salespeople have really great knowledge about content and they can help create some of the visual content. So ask these questions. Who can create visuals? Who can mobilize quickly to do it? Maybe they're out in the field. Can you do it in-house? Can you do more visual content in-house? And what tools can you use? And I've got a couple of really cool ones to show you. So we're going to look at some short video tools, some animated graphic tools. So these are like GIFs or just really short video snippets, and not that kind of animation. We're not doing any Disney features. So just short animations and images. So just basic, images, quotes, tips, visuals that you can share. So short video tools. I just talked about Instagram stories, and I'm just reminding you of this quote before about how important it is that we learn to create short videos. It's so powerful and so important as far as marketing goes in the way that people are consuming content. So I talked about Instagram stories in terms of location and hashtag, and I'm just going to talk generally about Instagram stories as a tool, and just bear in mind that a lot of what I'm going to mention relates somewhat to Facebook stories or even Snapchat. I know Snapchat's not huge here, but Facebook stories and Instagram stories, you can use this for both. So there's 200 million active users on Instagram stories. There's 700 million on Instagram. And I just want to show you this as a video. So if we pop that one up, that's the San Diego one with the... Okay. I just want to show you this video of San Diego tourism. It's an Instagram story that they did. It's just one example, but they've used a lot of different elements in their story. So I want to highlight, I'll just talk you through what they're doing.
Hi, I'm Brent Bernasconi for the San Diego Tourism Authority. Come join us as we explore California's birthplace.
So he's using stickers and speeding up the footage to make it fun, and see the geotag at the bottom. So that's really important as well.
Old Town State Historic Park consists of 12 acres of Mexican heritage and historical sites, early California-style restaurants, museums, colorful shops, and so much more.
And then just having fun with some of the, text and video and some of the text overlays as well.
Built in the 1800s, the historic Cosmopolitan Hotel is one of the oldest surviving buildings in San Diego.
And then they're just showcasing, again, he's got a geotag down the bottom. He's tagging one of the businesses, one of their local operators, again, tagging again. Just, again, another geotag. And then using some of the fun. Who's used the Boomerang app, the repeating app? Yeah, it's loads of fun. So that works really well on
So
stories.
swipe up and tell us which part of Old Town you'd like to experience the most.
And this swipe up tool I mentioned earlier. So that's just a general example of the type of thing you can do in stories. You can get so creative with it. You can download them afterwards too, so it's not wasted content. Now that swipe up thing he had, that's what I mentioned before, that who has over 10,000 on Instagram or is a verified account? Is there anyone here that does have one? Okay, you guys do. So I'm hoping they roll this out to everyone, but at least they're now allowing it to be 10,000 followers. You can have a call to action on Instagram, otherwise direct people to your bio link. So story links on verified accounts, and now it's over 10,000. So you can see on the right, they just do that action to swipe up or tap and click through. It just gives you another way of giving people a call to action. So the reason why Instagram stories are a great tool is that they push your content up to the top of the feed on Instagram. People will see them up the top there. It's 24 hours only, so you need to download it, and then you can repurpose it and post it to Facebook or cut it up into clips. You get 15-second video plus images, and it gives a lot of possibility for engagement with viewers. They can talk to you through direct message and comment. And also, there's a lot of option for creativity with all the text and the stickers and the geotags, and also you can link out to people through their username as well, so you can engage with your users that way. And it's just intimate and raw. If you're posting something on Instagram and you want to go a bit further, you can lead them through to Instagram stories. This is just another Instagram story from a guy. It's a video. Could I get my phone just next to you? Thank you. Thank you.
Which one is it?
Use it in a sec. It's Chocolate Johnny.
Okay.
Okay. So if you think that it's hard for you to create Instagram stories as a business, maybe you've got a team of people. I just want to show you this guy, Chocolate Johnny.
Chocolate Johnny here at Perfection Chocolates. We are open till 1:30 today. It's Sunday. Butts down.
See the geotag?
Come and say hello. You saw me on Instagram. Guess what you're going to get if you say that? Free hot chocolate. Now do it.
He lives in Sydney, in Australia.
Come on, Instagrammers, roll up, because guess what? That's number 10, that's number 11, hot chocolates. You got 2 hours, time's ticking. Get down here now. Come on, parents, don't deny your children a hot chocolate. Look at it, pure hot chocolate. Just come and ask for it. They're doing it. Yum. Hot chocolate. He's ranked as the most handsome customer at Perfection Chocolates. Give him a round of applause. Who makes the best hot chocolate?
Chocolate Johnny.
Chocolate Johnny! Ooh.
He's a bit mad.
We neither had a customer who fell. Are you okay?
Just in case
She was
you
all right.
know, we make iced chocolates.
That's a real bird's eye view of his store.
Ice cream, and wait till you see the chocolate.
So he's using Boomerang and lots of stickers and fun. And he has single-handedly done stories on Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram. He has hundreds of people come into his store every year looking to meet Chocolate Johnny. He's now selling chocolates all over the world. He's one guy doing Instagram stories. So if he can do Instagram stories, I think everyone can. But if there's someone on your team that's quite, has got a personality that fits that might be good for them to step up, and you can involve them in maybe representing the brand and doing some more stories kind of content. So some of the tools you've seen there is Boomerang. You can download that as an app, just the repeating video, and that can be fun just to post on Instagram or Facebook. You don't have to do it through Instagram Stories, but it is part of Instagram Stories tool. When you open it up, you can use the Boomerang app. Oops. Hyperlapse is the one where you speed up the footage, and most of our phones currently have that as a function. We can speed up footage without having to be in Instagram Stories. And then the rewind is another one where you can, when you're in Instagram Stories, you can just rewind, like do video backwards, just as a fun thing. So just some story ideas. If you use that tool, you can just take a photo of this. There's just some different ideas, but you can give exclusive content, behind the scenes. You can add more context to your post, talk about special events and sort of ramp people up for those, give tips or how-tos, story takeovers where someone, an influencer or one of your audience, takes over your account or they send you content to post, user-generated content and interviews. So I want to get you to, who's got their phone here and they're on Instagram? Okay, I want to give you a little challenge today. So if you open up the Instagram app, who's used Stories? Have you had a play with it before? Okay, a couple of you have. So this is good for those of you who haven't. If you open up your app and you go, you can't see this, but open up your app and then you go to the home screen on the bottom left, and you'll see at the very top left there's a camera. And if you click on that camera, you can either hold down your button here and just record up to 15 seconds of video, or you can tap on it to take a photo, like you normally would with a camera. So my challenge to you is to take a photo or take some video today. You can take some of me, or you can find something else more interesting if you want, something around the hotel, and just tag. When you do it, if you click on the top, when you take your photo, so if you just take a photo like that, up the top right there's a little smiley face sticker thing, and if you click on that, all the sticker options will open up. And there's one that is, you can follow along with this if you want, there's one that says location. And so when you do the story, I want you to add that as a location sticker, and if you tap on it, it will come up as Taj Santa Cruz should come up fairly high on that. So if we see what happens if we all tag Taj Santa Cruz as a location, you could also add the hashtag with the local event, with this event hashtag. I'll put that in as well. And then obviously if someone clicks on that hashtag in a story, they can see all the other stories that come up around that as well. So I think that's a good challenge for you. If you haven't used Instagram Stories today, just take a photo or a little video. Just get on video and say, hey, I'm here at TechManch, I'm having a great time. Taj Santa Cruz is a great hotel. Whatever you want to say. What was your favourite talk, what you've learned, and just do a little short story. You don't have to do, even if it's a photo, you just add some text. But I just want to challenge you to try something different and see if you can experiment with that tool. And maybe at the end of the day, Instagram might put up a little geotag story for us all to see what we've been sharing. I can't guarantee it, but they might. Another tool for Instagram before I move on is Storyo. And the problem with doing these stories is you have to sit here and you've got 15 seconds to do a video. So at the end of the 15 seconds, you're talking really quick and then you stop, and then you start again. This app, it costs about, I think it's like $9 or something. So it's a little bit more expensive as an app, but it's super useful. There's a couple of these on the iPhone store. I haven't been able to find anything like this on Android yet, but hopefully there is one there somewhere. And basically it allows you to take a video, even an old video, because Instagram only lets you use the ones in the last 24 hours, and it will then clip it up into 15-second snippets. And then you can upload those into Instagram Stories. So you could do an interview with someone for a minute, and it will clip it into 4 sections, and then you can upload it. So it's a handy little tool if you've got something where you don't want to make it sound really stilted. So this is one of my favourites. So is that useful to you as far as Instagram Stories goes? Okay, or just Instagram in general? This tool I want to show you, it's great. It's called Animoto. And if you think you can't create video or short video that looks professional, then I'm going to give you this tool and say now you can. I wanted to show you a case study. Sorry, so this one is the Brussels Airlines one.
Okay.
A case study from Brussels Airlines before I show you how the tool works. So basically, they wanted to do some videos of, I guess, 2 recipes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I'll show you that. 2 recipes for some Indian food because they were starting to fly into Mumbai. And any of the video on here that you see was created in Animoto. So just take a look at this ad they created. So they've added in photos and video, but the video was all created in the tool. Right, so what happened was they created these two videos in square format. One was a mango lassi and the other one was some street food that I can't pronounce, but I know you guys all can. And then what they did is they used the Facebook Canvas ad to create that really cool ad, right? Now, normally they would outsource their video, but they used Animoto to create the video, and their team said that they were able to create it so easily and quickly that they saved the cost of the videography and were able to turn that money into putting it towards the ad, so then they get huge reach and engagement. So this is them, creating one of the ads, and that's both of the ads. The videos. So this tool was allowed them to bring their visual content creation in-house. When you go into Animoto, you get two options. You can do a slideshow, which is pretty basic, and that's what the tool used to be. And now they have a marketing video builder. And it's very, very cool. You get all these templates, and basically you can just choose. You've got templates for share your story, showcase your product. They're just basic starter templates. You can turn them into anything. You guys are creative. And so they also have square storyboards. So this is what the Brussels Airlines used when they were trying to create their content around starting flights to Mumbai. So when you go in, it just says replace all sample content to produce your video. So they want you to just swap out the text and the visuals and the video. So this is an example of the templates that I chose to do a video. It's just a square template, nothing like what it ended up. It ended up like this. So I went in and added text, changed the colours, added some visuals, and then you end up with a video ready to go. But I have a video showing you how it works. So the next one, it'll be wait a minute, Animoto features. Okay, so this is just a video showing some of the features of Animoto, and I'll show it. So as you can see, this is just a template for a recipe, but you can have video segments, and you can have plain photos as well. And you can just drag and drop them around. It's really easy to use. So you can put any video in video snippets. You can change the duration of the videos. You can add text. You can add extra text slides. You can change to your brand colours. You can have titles and subtitles. Really, you can swap it around and do whatever you want. Another thing you can do is click on that little voice icon. You can do voiceovers. And you can also go up here and you can go to filters. And you can choose a filter and have it apply right across the whole video. So if you've got two people bringing video in, you can unify it and make it look very professional. You can go black and white or colour. And they also have a huge music library. And so there's thousands, I think, of commercially licensed video tracks, which is hugely important if you're doing creative. I think it's a higher license if you're an agency creating for clients, but it's still very worth it, I think. So does that look like an easy tool to use to you guys? Have you heard of it? Has anyone heard of it before? Yeah? The old Animoto was nothing like this. It's definitely worth checking out. Okay? And they even prompted me the other day, you can change the colours across the whole video, so change all your base colours. They also have an iPhone app, it's easier to create on the desktop, but the iPhone app is not bad just to finish things up. So I'm not trying to cut out the agencies or the videographers, but there's some things that you can bring in-house that frees you up to do bigger projects. Okay, so consider using some of these tools. This is a really quick tool that I just want to mention. It's Facebook slideshow. It's not actually that URL, it's just on your page, on your Facebook page. So when you go to Facebook and you, everyone recognize this screen? All right, so when you want to post something, you just click on share a photo or video, choose create slideshow, and then you just get the option to add images, the duration, and you can change the transition. It's very simple, but it's a tool that you can use to quickly get content up. If you have some good creative, some good images to use, it's just a really easy way to get short video onto Facebook. They have music, but it's pretty bad. There's not a lot of choice. So you can use your own licensed music or just make a silent video, because in actual fact, a lot of people watch video on silent now. Facebook videos loop under 30 seconds. And if you have one that's under 30 seconds, they'll continue to loop for up to 90 seconds. So it can really catch attention on the news feed. And the guys from Brussels Airlines said that one of the good things about Animoto is they did square-shaped videos, so they take up more real estate on the Facebook feed and they catch attention better. Because I'm sure you all agree that Facebook reach is not great at the moment, but videos do perform the best. And Facebook loves video, and right now they're still trying to push it a lot, trying to take over YouTube or whatever Facebook is doing. But just remember that 85% of Facebook video is watched with the sound turned off. So that's why some of these video examples are great, because they have text overlays on them, and 39% of viewers are more likely to finish a video if it has subtitles. It's just the way that we're consuming videos at the moment, so bear that in mind. Another tool, and I have to add this to the resource page, I didn't put the link in, is Quick. Has anyone used this? It's just a great little tool for creating videos if you're out of the office or you need to do something quick on mobile. It's actually a tool from GoPro, and they just combine all the last set of images or videos that you've taken, put them into a quick video format, and they actually look really professional. There's some really good templates. You can then edit it a bit, but if you want to get something up quickly for your social media accounts, this is a really great tool. One of the speakers from the last conference was doing one of these daily, and they were phenomenal. I would have, the ones that he did for the hotels we were at, they could have easily used them as a promotional video. So definitely go and check out Quick, and it's on both Android and iPhone. So that's just a few tools that you can use for video. On Instagram, obviously you can use stories, but you can post video on the newsfeed, and that does really well as well. And also you could go live. I'm not going to go into going live because it's another whole set of tools, but just bear in mind that start with short video if you're not confident or you haven't really started to do a lot of video, and then move up to longer form video, live video, or the quality of video that Paperboat drinks are putting out. So animated graphic tools is the next one. And the one I want to show you next, there's a video coming up, is Giphy. And this is a search engine for GIFs. It doesn't matter if you switch that off. And they've got a number of different tools that you can use to go in and use. You can do editing, and you can add YouTube links and turn those into animated GIFs as well. But I just want to highlight this slideshow tool. I'll show you how this works to get into it in a moment. But see on the right, I've created 3 different images in different orders, so that they're different colours. It was just really simple. I created it in a graphic design tool. And then you just drag them in to Giphy. This is in their slideshow function. And I can then choose how fast or slow I want it to go. I can go super slow, or I can speed it up. And it just creates an animated GIF. Now you can do that with images, you can do it with video snippets. It's a really great little tool that you can use. Once you've finished creating your GIF, you just download it, you can share it to social media, and if you're sharing to Instagram, you can get a link and share over to Instagram. Cool, that was done. So, a lot of people will share GIFs that are made from popular culture or movies or whatever. I just recommend you be careful about creating any with content that you don't own. So try to create them from scratch. I'll just show you here. So when you go in to get the tools, you go up to the top right and you can go to Create. And there's the GIF Maker, which allows you to enter a YouTube link or video URL, and then it will turn it into a GIF. So I recommend you do that with content you own. And then the GIF Editor, which allows you to add stickers and filters and text overlays. And then there's the slideshow tool. That's the one I just showed you. So that's a really great tool for creating animated GIFs. Another tool, this is Ripple, R-I-P-L, is Ripple. It's a little slideshow tool you can get on Android and iPhone. And basically it takes images and adds text overlay. So this is just an example of Social Media Examiner. I use this quite often to do little quotes on Instagram or Facebook. And it just kind of animates the text. But what it does is turn an image into a video very quickly. And as I said, Facebook loves videos. Instagram loves videos as well. You get good reach and views on them. So if you want to do a bit more video without having to go to a lot of effort, it's a great tool and a great option for you to use. So definitely check that out. This is Kim Gast. She's a social media blogger, and she does a lot of these on her Facebook page. She's got a huge following, and she's got huge reach on her Facebook page because she posts so many of these little short videos. So it's called Ripple, R-I-P-L, and their fonts are not amazing. Some of the font layouts are not amazing. If you're a designer, you're probably going, but they do have good fonts that you can search on and sort of get your own style and use your own branding. So it's a good tool to check out. That's good, thank you. He's doing well. All right. So another one that you can use is, does anyone use Adobe Spark Post? Good, you like it? It's pretty easy to use, yeah. So Adobe, we all know Adobe, and part of the reason I'm here today is because sometimes we don't always want to use Photoshop or InDesign, and we're not designers. So a lot of these tools are great. Like anyone can be great at designing if you use these tools. So Adobe Spark Post is, it's on desktop and iPhone. The Adobe team has made a tool that's easy for everyone to use. So if you go into their Instagram account at Adobe Spark, you can see lots of examples of the types of templates they have. But basically their templates are all kind of set. So when you can change text and images, but you can't change the way that it works. So it kind of, if you change the size from square to landscape, it will automatically resize and all look pretty for you. You don't have to be moving words around and things like that. It's all predetermined. So you can easily change the size of your image. And they have categories you can go into. You can choose any templates, change the background image, change the color. But one thing you can do on this is there's an animation button. If you go into the app and have a play, you'll see it says animate, and you can click on that and turn any of these images into a little short animation, a bit like the Ripple app. So it's a really cool tool if you want to just quickly get some content up. So does that give you some good little animation tools to play around with? Has anyone seen all of these, or have you who's seen a new tool that they think they might want to play with? Okay, good. All right, so lastly is the image tools. Now, who's heard of Canva? Okay, good, a few of you. Canva's an Aussie tool, so it's great if you want to do graphic design and you're not a designer. It's also great in Teams because it allows you to sort of work on an image without sending a million emails back and forth. So they have really cool templates for everything on social media and everything from PDFs to posters to social media images. And you basically just click on one and it's very drag and drop, and you can change all the images around and that sort of thing. They also have a mobile app that you can use as well, but generally the desktop app is the best way to go. And if you're learning to use Canva, they have these really cool tutorials on their blog, and it allows you to click into the tool and actually do a little activity, and it will show you how to sort of blur a background and add contrast with your text overlays, or all sorts of things. It's very quick, very easy to learn. But I wanted to just highlight one tool that they have in beta at the moment. So say I take this template just for a simple image. What I do is when I go to publish it, they give you the option to turn it into an animation. So that's another cool thing that Canva is offering. It's still a little bit glitchy, but I have produced some pretty cool animations from there as well. So they're just 2 to 3 second, maybe 4 second max animations that you can turn into videos. And another tool for visual content is Easel. This happens to be another Australian tool. And Easel allows you to create visuals very well as well. And they have some really nice fonts and layouts. And it's just an alternative if you're looking for something a bit fresh. So they have all the social media sizes as well. And you can do things like Pinterest images, so taller images. That you can actually currently get them printed. They're rolling it out. You can actually do physical printing from this tool as well. So one cool thing they have is a color picker. So you can click on an image and it will automatically give you a whole range of color palettes to choose from. They have a lot of really great background images or stock images that are free to use within the tool. So there's different styles and they're always adding new stock images in there. So if you, even on a free account, you get access to a lot of these free stock images. And it's just different from your standard boring stock images. So this is, there's another video. we're almost done. So this is a just a video showing how easel works.
Which one?
Easel, E-A-S, easel final video, that one, yeah. Okay, so yeah, just lots of really cool, fun, fresh templates. If you're using Canva a lot, you might want to try easel for a while just to freshen things up. And again, this is a bit like Adobe Spark, you know, that you can change the shape of the text very easily. It just resizes very simply. And then they're just dragging in different background photos. And you can change the size of it. It's good for blogs and for Instagram pics. You can just change to whatever kind of banner size you need. You can change out the backgrounds. So it's quite a fresh, professional little tool. They have a hospitality level too. If you're in any sort of hospitality or tourism, you can get sort of a lot of different templates for that as well. So as you can see, it's just very easy to change out the text in the background. It's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. And I just want to mention infographics very quickly just before we finish up. I've created a lot of infographics with my team for my blog and other businesses over the years, and they've had tens of thousands of shares and been reblogged on other blogs, and they're still quite a powerful, anything that's a bit longer will share really well to Pinterest, and Pinterest is still quite a powerhouse for sharing visual content. So I just wanted to highlight the fact that a tweet might last minutes, maybe days, depending on how active the hashtag is. Facebook posts usually are up for a day or a week or so, maybe weeks, or maybe later on if someone goes deep into your profile and likes a photo somewhere. And Pinterest, content shared to Pinterest will keep getting shared for months and years. I've got blog posts with, or website pages with large infographic pieces of content that get shared daily. It is very much a thing that visual content like that gets shared readily. So these are just some examples. You don't have to do really long pieces of content to make it work well. Even just slightly longer than the average portrait size on a web page will be shared readily. So these are just some of the ones that I've created using two tools, Canva and Easel. The tools that I just showed you have the capability to do infographics. So if you go into Canva and you choose their infographic layouts, you have all these different layouts that you can just change around, change the colours, change the text, add photos. There's a lot of different templates and designs. And Easel has a whole bunch of them as well. So if you want to put something up really quickly, it might be 5 tips to something, something related to your brand or promote an event, and have that on a web page. It doesn't matter if you're not really active on Pinterest. What matters is that other people might be. And if they're coming on your web page and they want to save it, you've got a great visual for them to save. And these are super easy to use. It's very drag and drop, just swapping out elements like most of these tools are. So I've got you thinking differently about creating visuals. Had a few ideas, a few heads nodding, good. Well, that's my goal here today. So I want you to make sure you write down, you can do it on the PDF download later, but even just on your notepads, I want you to write down, and this is not just from me, but I'd love for you to write down at least one tool you're going to go and check out. And from all the sessions so far, just 1 or 2 things, even just one thing that you're going to take back and implement next week. Okay? Because if you try and do everything, you'll do nothing. But if you just really focus in on what's the one thing that you've gone, wow, we need to do that in our business, then you'll have some success. So I just want to remind you that if you show up every day with visual storytelling, your audience will tuck themselves in ready to listen. And if you do it right with user-generated content, they'll take the book off you and start reading the story to you, and they'll share your story for you. Okay, so thank you very much. That's the link with all of the tools I just mentioned, and I couldn't get them all into this amount of time, so I've added quite a few extras for you. So just take your time and check them out over the next few weeks. There's plenty in there for you to play with. Okay, thank you very much.
Also, if there are any questions that you would like to ask specifically, now's the time. Something
Far away.
to understand, some clarity that is required.
Yes.
Go ahead. We don't need microphones if you just go ahead, yeah.
My name is Arun Singh. I'm here with Lima and Shahrukh from Amati.
Yeah.
We are representing Shopsy India. It's a shopping channel.
Yes.
24/7 shopping channel. So we do quite strong on digital media.
Yes.
But what we have started doing now is we are absolutely random and topical. of the product and of our brand image. We're going absolutely topical. So I just wanted to ask, is it right to go absolutely random and topical, or should we stick to our products or whatever we are selling? Or
It depends on what sort of things you're doing when you say random or topical. Is there a theme about what you're writing about?
yeah, for example, there was World Blood Donor Day.
Yep.
So we did a video on, like we did a Laugh It Out challenge.
Yep.
So absolutely off our products and off our
Yep.
channel.
I think if you can get clear on a way that you can do that, I think it's really smart to talk about things that are relevant to people on the platforms, because you don't go to Facebook to go, I'm going to go and see what my favorite brand is doing today. Some brands we do, but we don't tend to do that. On Facebook, it's family and friends. On Instagram, it's beautiful imagery. We don't seek brands. But if you can come up with a way that you want to do that type of content, I think the fact that you're doing that type of content is brilliant, because that's how you build engagement, and then they learn to love your content. You can pepper that with this is what we do, this is what we sell, and do it in clever ways. Like Paperboat Drinks, their choice of that kind of content is let's focus on the memories. What was the other one? The electrical company. Yes. They are focusing on let's make it life easy for people and give them some really great tips and make their life happy, but using our products. So if you're a shopping channel, but maybe you decide that we want to make, it's about making life fun, or aspiring to fun things in life. People aspire to buy things and go shopping, whatever it is that you decide you want to focus on, and maybe just get clear with your team about that approach, and then you can look at what type of content fits in. But definitely, promoting special days and things like that, anyone can do that. That's smart content. It seems like it's light entertainment, but that's what social media is about. It's about being social. And I know it's counterintuitive because we want to just promote our products, but that's the old way of marketing. And yeah, does that make sense? I think you're on the right track. Just have a little manifesto. We are like Paperboat Drinks. We sell drinks and we talk about making memories. Yeah. So you are a shopping channel, and we insert whatever you feel.
We should follow one path.
Well, maybe it could be a broad path. It could be about the excitement of life, or it could be about new adventures. It could be about memories. Just trying to think of something that encompasses the type of content you want to create, and then make sure that content fits in with it. It can be quite broad, but try to not make it too broad. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, but you're right. You're definitely on the right track.
Thank you.
Okay. Cool.
Anyone
else?
Questions at all? No? Okay, cool.
Thank
So I
you.
think we can acknowledge Donna for having taken the time.
Thank you for being patient with the tech challenges.